Hey, what's up everyone, it's SEONN here and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be looking into Blocs Wave. I'm going to be doing some sort of tutorial on the application just to show you how I use it in my workflow. So for those of you who don't know, Blocs Wave is an application that is made by Ampify. Ampify is a subsection of Novation, and Novation makes great products such as the Focusrite interfaces. So yeah, they've been around for a little while. And they made this really excellent app called Blocs Wave. It's one of the 3 apps I mainly use. Now I'm going to be showing how I use it and the different ways you can use Blocs Wave. There's so many ways you can make it work to your advantage. So right off the bat, I'm going to open up Blocs Wave right here. I'm going to click on the icon and here we go. So what Blocs Wave is a loop manager. It allows you to import loops and be able to work on it to create unique projects. So I'm going to open one of my earlier projects, which was a collaboration. So this song is up in Spotify, so this song is up in SoundCloud. So this was one of my earlier project. And then we go like. Alright, so yeah, that's just a quick overview of the project. So the entire thing was made directly using Blocs Wave. I'm going to open up a new project right now. We're going to call it PSN Suggestion. So when you open up Blocs Wave, this is what you see initially. You've got this interface where it shows tools such as your drums, your melody, your effects, your vocal, your percussion, and your bass. So what Blocs Wave likes to do is it tends to go in an order of drum, bass, and melody, or whatever that seems to suit the mood. So if we were just to start off to make a song, I press another. So we've got a drum beat going on. I'm going to click on another square. I'm going to tap on auto. Then I'm going to tap on auto again. It tends to find loops that match based on whatever key and tempo that you've assigned to your sample. So there we go. Now, if we want to add another section, we click on this icon here, and then it shows this overview here. And then we can add another one by clicking on the square, and we can add more loops. We'll go again on auto. Now I can add melody or whatever order I want to go into. Let me add some vocals here. Alright, so we've got 2 different sections here. So we've got the first one. There we go. So if I want to work with some of this stuff, I can actually just press and hold it for a few seconds. I can copy it, tap on a new square here, press and hold it, and paste it, and it's right there. Of course, I can add a bit more layers here. So let's add some percussions to make it a bit heavy, and we're going to press play. Let's see what else comes up randomly. So yeah, I didn't like that sound. For me to silence it out, I just have to swipe up and down. You're going to find this similar to Groovebox as well. If you've been messing around with it, to silence the sound, just swipe down or up. And yeah. Okay, let's continue. great. So we've got 3 sections over here. Now let's say I want to get a particular sound. Well, I can go to browse and it gives me the option to choose between loops that are already on Blocs Wave. By clicking on packs, I can be able to use any of the downloaded packs I have. So these are a few of the packs that I've managed to have. If I go directly into category, it sorts it out based on whatever you categorize the loop as. So bass, drums, FX, and you can see there's a section here for user loops, which is loops that you import into Blocs Wave, and then the rest are just the packs. So in case you're trying to find a particular sound, you can easily find it here in Blocs Wave. User is where I use the most because this allows me to actually import loops into Blocs Wave. Again, this is the full unlock. With the unlock version, you're able to use features such as importing the loops. So if I tap on import, I'm able to browse and navigate to my folder where I keep a lot of my loops. So let's find something we want to work on this. So I haven't really checked this out, so let's just click on that. So right off the bat, it says this is a melodic. So this is what it classifies it as. I'm able to click on it and choose what I want to classify it as. So drums, melodic, bass, vocal, percussions, FX. If I classify it as any of them, anytime I press auto, they will be added to the list. Imported or recorded, they don't show up in the auto randomize feature. So let's hear what this sounds like. So it's a click. I can easily just call it into a percussion. So I'm going to import that, but let me add something else. I don't care too much about the key of a percussion. I mean, it's always nice to know, but right now I'm not focused on that. Let's see if we can find a different loop that I can work with. I'm going to go into kind, projects. Alright, so let's find the loop we're going to work on. So I'm going to check for something I recently downloaded. Alright, so we want to bring in some sounds. I don't really have any loops available, so let's open up Groovebox and we're going to make something that we're going to use in Blocs Wave. We're going to tap on a new project. We're going to go into Big Desk. So let's see. I want to get some sort of melody in the same key. So let me go back into, so we've got E flat minor and at 120. So what we want to do now is make sure that everything is set to the same key. We've got 120 BPM here, so let's try and find some sort of melody. So it's loading up randomly. If I want it not to load randomly, I just have to turn off always load patterns. I'm going to delete it so that way if I add any new layer, it doesn't automatically add. So there we go. Okay, let's get back to it. So we'll go E flat. Okay. So let's jam along with it. I'll leave this playing in the background. Let's see. Okay, so I have the project here. There's two ways I can actually get this audio into Blocs Wave from this app. One way is just by going directly into Groovebox, sharing the stems of the project. I'm going to select it as Wave because Wave is more universal in a lot of applications. But you can also use AAC. I'm going to take that file. I'm going to save it directly to my files first. I'll just save it in a random folder here just so I can find it. Alright, then I'm going to go directly into my files application. I'm going to tap on where I saved it, extract it. So I've got the folders here. So I can actually go into here. I can import this. I can browse for the file. I can look for where I saved it, which I saved it on my iPad. In the A folder, this is it here. So I can tap on select and select both stems. Now the great thing whenever you make it with apps like Groovebox is that it automatically detects the style. So this is a melody, you got the tempo, you got the key in it. So next thing I want to do is, so let's see. So I got that melody. So if I tap on import, I've got the file in here. So I can scroll down and look for my import folder, which is right here. So if I solo it, which I can solo by tapping on this icon here, I can play. You see, it sounds slightly different. That's because the key changed. So let's see. So the key was wrong. I can tap on this and I can call it the same key. I know it was in the key of E flat minor. Now, if I solo it, okay, so I don't want this to be all the time. What I could do is I could tap on the edit button. This allows me to be able to loop or slice it. So if I want to play this over again, if I want to like move it around, I can tap on slip. It gives me the option to actually move it around. So if I only want the first half of this, I can actually move it, yes, so that it plays like this. And I can always pan it. So if I want this sound to be to the left or to the right, I'm able to pan it. Hopefully they add automation to this app. Innovation, if you're watching, please add automation to Blocs Wave. So. Okay, so let's try this. I want to do some sort of scratching. Let's hear this. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm going to slice it. With slice mode, this allows you to be able to make triggered samples. Make sure the record and trigger is turned on. So let's hear. I can actually tap and drag on it and add more elements here. So if I could go on random, okay, so we've got 3 layers here. But now if I wanted to record something into this, I can actually go here, tap on the record icon and okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing right now. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. So it trimmed it to the right amount of bars. Gonna autofill. On the edit window, I'm able to increase the volume here. If the volume isn't high, I can always increase it. What I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. going to autofill all this thing right here. So that's the first way if you want to use Blocs Groovebox loops. The other way is if you have Audiobus, you can actually open this up. And what you want to do is you want to navigate to, you want to find where we have Groovebox. I want to put Blocs Wave over here. We're going to tap on applications or apps. Then we're going to go into Blocs Wave. So we're going to tap to launch. And we're going to tap on both of them so they're both showing up. So now I need to make sure that I go into record. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if I want to hear it on my headphone, I make sure I go down here and I turn on monitor. You can always go into settings and you can set it if you want it to be recorded in mono or stereo, in left or right. You can set if you want some sort of counter, but I just leave it like that. So for what I'm gonna do, to make it consistent, I'm gonna go into 8 bars, so that gives me room to fix it. Now I'm gonna tap on this icon here that came because of Audiobus. I'm gonna switch back into here. Then I'm gonna click here on Blocs Wave. Now from here, I've got a few menus showing up here. This allows me to choose where it gets recorded to. So the first one, the second one, the third one. So the squares that showed up in Blocs Wave, by clicking this, it allows me to record into one of those ones. I can even set the number of bars I want to record. So let's say I want to just record this sound here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute all the instruments, so at the same time as me swiping down here. So whenever I'm ready, I can just go here and I can press record and play. So it's recording, but it's gonna record. If we switch, so I know it's 4 bars, so I'm just gonna make this exactly 4 bars, and then all I just have to do is just drag it to where it starts at. I can actually slip this so that it goes exactly on the front. So there we go. I can do the same thing here. Switch over to that window. So whenever I'm ready, I just tap on record, and with this way I'm able to customize like this. So for this, I want to add different drums. Let's see. So let's change the group from add some other loops I've already made. So made the full session here using the few techniques here. What I'm going to do now is this is the other use of Launchpad. When I use it as a remixer, I'm able to test out ideas and see what's going on. So if I send it directly into Launchpad, which is the other app by Ampify, it shows up all the loops I've done. So now if I swipe this way, okay, we gotta make it work. We gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, so we've got different loops here to work with. Now, what I can then do is I can actually perform it here. So this is where I record this. So with Launchpad, I'm able to record the session. So whatever I play here, I can actually record it here. So let's give that a go. Let's test it out. Okay, we gotta make it work. We gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. We gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. So So you're not just limited to doing the remix over here. You can actually now open up Audiobus. I'm going to get rid of this tool of Groovebox because I'm not using it anymore. I can actually now add Launchpad. So if I scroll down, I find Launchpad. I can actually add Launchpad and put it into another channel on Blocs Wave. So let's open up the fourth one so that whatever we do, yeah, we're going to turn on recording. We're going to record for infinite because I don't really know what I'm going to do. And then I go, yeah, and all I just do is press record. So, okay, we got to make it work. I got to think about what I'm going to do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I can adjust the volumes here. What I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Let's make it work. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Okay, so I've recorded this here. Now what I can do is go back directly into here. I'm gonna stop recording and see. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Meanwhile, if we look at yeah, fill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's just a suggestion. So what I was doing recorded here, which I can actually click. Once it's converted, I can actually export it. Gonna autofill all this thing right now. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. So I can save it to files directly there. or we can listen to the recording that was recorded here. So if we play this, so yeah, so that's two ways we can actually get the recording. Now, let's say over here, I want to add a little bit more of an impact drum. So I'll switch back into Blocs Wave. I'm going to go back into channel, into this here. I need a good drum. So that's it. Okay, so I like that drum, so I just click on this arrow here, and then you can see from here, I go back into Launchpad, it gives me the option to update it. And so the drum here is gone and it's been replaced by this drum here. So we can't hear it because we gotta go into here. So let's try it. Okay, we gotta make it work. We gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. Right. Okay. The other thing I do is when I have Audiobus, I can also get rid of Launchpad. So since I'm not using Launchpad anymore, I'm going to add one of my favorite apps called Koala. So applications, application. So I'm going to add Koala Sampler, which means if I want to go into an empty channel here, I can also record this. Same way as before, where I did with Groovebox and Launchpad. Now, here's a small trick. If you've got this app called Documents, you can open up Koala, and if you put your device on slide overview, so to do that, you need to make sure you have the application open here. And this is on the iPad. You're going to swipe, you're going to press and hold it. So yeah, you need to make sure you have the app open first. You tap on Koala, you swipe up to bring up your taskbar, you're going to press and hold it, and then you're going to drag it to the side. And yeah, you can open up your documents. So the great thing about Koala is you can actually, if I have a sample here, which I'm just going to find a random one, ambient electronic. So let's work with that. Kick. So let's hear what it sounds like. So that's a kick. So I'm going to actually just press and hold it, and I can drag it and paste it here. So let's do this on an empty one. So I can actually go to my kick. So I'm just looking for samples that I've kept here. So sometimes you don't see the icon showing up. So you have to open up Audiobus again. Looks like it crashed, which is fine. We're going to open up, as our input, we're going to use Koala. And then we're going to put this directly into Blocs Wave. So I will restart this, open it up. All right, so yeah, I had too many apps open up, so it didn't load, but there we go. So we can use the same technique. I'm gonna play this, and then what it means, whatever I play here. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing right. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing right. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing right. Okay, we gotta make it work. I gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's make it work. So, and it's not just restricted to that. If you've got some instrument like a guitar, you can actually incorporate it inside here and be able to use it in a lot of unexpected ways. So yeah, I hope this gave you a bit of an outline as to how I tend to use Blocs Wave to be able to work with a lot of apps. But yeah, here's one a lot of people have been actually asking about, Animoog. So I have the Animoog for iPhone because, yeah, I'm going to go directly into using Audiobus. I'll kick out Koala. Make sure you close up all your apps because else it may not load. Yeah, I got a lot open. Want to launch this? So I'm going to look up Animoog. Gonna go over here, tap on edit. If you can't hear anything, it's because you haven't gone into the record window. Turn on your monitors. This time I'm gonna have a drum beat loading up, and I'm gonna play along to that. So you need to be in the record window, but let's see. So when I'm ready, I just tap on record. So I stopped the recording, and there, I've got the loop. So yeah, so I have all these recordings. The question is, how do I make use of it? Well, simple. All I need to do is tap on this arrow here. I go back. I can actually send the project files. So I can actually save all those stems and put it into whichever DAW I'm using. In this case, it's GarageBand. So let's try that again. Alright, so I'm done with all of this. I'm going to close everything else up. I'm going to export. I'm going to save it to my files. So all of the audio I've worked on throughout this session will be saved in a zip file, which I can easily just send into whichever DAW I'm working on. So I can send this into my GarageBand file transfer. I can save it there for now. I can then navigate to my GarageBand. So I can then go into my GarageBand, open that up. I have to make sure that I unzip the files. My iPad, I'll go into my GarageBand file transfer folder. I can open this up. I can select everything. I can move all the files. Move into GarageBand file transfer so that way I can see it showing up here as 24. So whenever I'm ready, I can either drag and drop it here. So let's play the Animoog. Although it's important to make sure that your tempo is set correctly. The key is fine, you can always change the key. So then drag. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with Animoog. So it's the same thing with Koala. We just open up the GarageBand project that we're working on. We make sure we save the projects in our GarageBand file transfer. And all we're doing is we're just going to look for the icon for I just drag it from there, and yeah. Yeah, we can always go back. The other way you can do this is you can open up GarageBand, you can tap on Inter-App Audio, you can then look for Blocs Wave, which was the most recent instrument you used. And so however you arrange it, you make sure the record button is turned on. Go back into GarageBand, make sure the record button is turned on. And just play. Okay, we got it. I got it. What I'm gonna do, let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing. So that way we can then go back into GarageBand and we can see what we just played here. Okay, we got it. I got it. What I'm gonna do, let's make it work. I'm gonna autofill all this thing. Okay, so let's put everything together. So we're gonna open up Launchpad. And we're gonna show exactly how I made a project. So this was one of the projects I did using the Blocs Wave Launchpad combo. So all it involved me doing was going directly into Blocs Wave, arranging the song in the way I wanted to arrange it. Because if I wanted to edit something, I'm able to just press and hold it. I can copy it. I can then paste it and delete it, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this was a project I made using the Blocs Wave Launchpad combo. So yeah, that's just a general idea of what you can actually do with Launchpad and Blocs Wave and Groovebox. So yeah, this was more of a collaborative project I did with one of my good friends at work. But yeah, goes to show, with the tools you have, you can actually make something amazing. Alright guys, take care.